guys, Tab here. Hope you're all keeping well. Quite excited today on the way into Porsche of Guildford in the C300. Not my C300, Hannah's C300 who's kindly come along for the journey with me. She's in the car. Didn't get much sleep last night. There is one feeling that I enjoy more than anything else in this world, and that's that new car feeling. And today is one of those days. So literally just going down to the garage now to pick up the new Taycan Turbo S. First foray into the world of EV. So it's quite an interesting transition. So next time I check in, we'll be down at the dealer. Exciting stuff. Okay, so here we are at the Porsche dealer in Guildford, and there it is. The new Taycan Turbo S, model year 22. Super excited to get this. It's been a 9-month wait. If you want one now, you're looking at about 18 months. But it's also the first EV I've ever owned, so it will be a very interesting ownership experience. And I want to get a lot of content out there, specifically focused on just what it's like from that transition to being an ICE car owner, the McLaren, to the Taycan. And those of you that follow the channel will know that I'm very interested in the Artura. So that was supposed to be released in June 21, then June 22, but it's now been delayed until September of this year. But that's still on the list as well, so do stay tuned. Hopefully get out for a drive in that at some point very soon. But a quick look at the spec of the car. It looks great. I love it. You see quite a lot of these in white, which doesn't really work for me. Appreciate. We've all got our own tastes, right? But for me, darker colours are always better. And of course, grey. If it's grey, it's great. And this is volcano grey metallic with the carbon trim added, which I think really sets it apart. The wheels are the Mission E wheels in satin platinum, of course, carbon ceramic discs on this. So you see those huge yellow calipers, and they're some of the biggest rotors and calipers I've ever seen on a car. But let's take a quick nosy round the car and talk at a high level at the spec. I'll do another dedicated video at some point in the future focusing on the spec specifically, but this is just a quick overview. Got to get it out of the way at some point so the dealer can carry on with their work. And also there's huge building works going on next door. The dealership are currently expanding their premises in Guildford, so I'm just kind of doing this in between the noise of a pile driver that really does shake the entire city. Not city, it's still a town, isn't it, of Guildford. So walk around. Okay, so let's have a quick look around the outside of this car, and it looks a beast. I love the shape of it, love the silhouette, love the lines that it cuts. So starting with the colour, of course, volcano grey, metallic, keeping it grey, keeping it real. So I ticked an additional box to the tune of about 3K for the carbon pack. Now on here you do get that bit of carbon included standard on the S, but it does change the front apron and you get those nice huge vents on the left. Headlights, LED matrix, they're supposed to be super bright, obviously shield other drivers from full beam, which is a pretty cool feature, like you get on the Mercedes, that intelligent headlight system they've got as well. It works really well, but it's supposed to be super bright at night, so looking forward to seeing how they work. Come around here, we've got the 21-inch Mission E alloy wheels in satin platinum, and these look phenomenal. For me, they work much better than the two-tone jobs you can also get, where the rim is a different colour to the centre. And the size of those calipers, I mean, honestly, it's like the moon in a crescent form. They're huge. I've never seen calipers like it, and they need to be massive because this car weighs 2.2, 2.3-ish tons. So it's a heavy old Hector. Carbon ceramics, of course, necessary for a car of this ilk. And then the tyres as well. So 265 wide at the front, pretty wide. The rear's a 305, so even wider at the rear. So coming around here, I've got of course the charging flap there, which opens up to A to charge it. Now, I asked for them not to detail the car or touch it because it's going to be professionally detailed. More on that to come. So, yeah, it's a little bit spotty and water beads, etc. But it will look a lot better after that. Then, moving along here, another bit of carbon trim there. And then of course round to the inside, so all black leather, keeping it clean, keeping it nice, not too fussy. I don't really like a fussy car. I don't really like a loud, bright car, so for me this works perfectly. I did get the Bordeaux red seat belts to add a little bit of extra pizzazz, just break it up a little bit. Of course, illuminated sill down there, and then more screen real estate than you could ever need with the passenger screen situated over there. And then in the distance, Hannah looking at McCann. Of course, 305s at the rear, so huge again. Big old calipers at the back there, so significant braking potential. Now here's the bit I really like. This is the carbon trim you get at the rear. Again, that's due to the option box ticking. I think it looks great. You get this additional kind of width. I don't know if you can see that very well there, but this additional width, it just kind of pops out from the side a bit and gives it a slightly more aggressive look. But for me, it's probably one of the coolest features on this car, because the Taycan, I think it's fair to say, is quite a plain, smooth car to keep the aerodynamics as high as possible. Obviously, these wheels aren't the most aerodynamic, but hey, they look a lot better than the aero blades for me, and I think work really well with the car. So very, very excited to get a lot more content out of this. Moving around the rear of the car, of course, it is the coupe-ish version with 2 doors too many, if you ask me. I wish it was a 2-door coupe proper, but it's not. It's got 4 doors, so it does make getting in and out a little bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. And I did not get the glass roof. Big thing with this, every Taycan I've seen pretty much has the glass roof. I did not want it. Not a fan. I think it's a bit Tesla, a bit kind of family people carrier. For me, just much cleaner with a nice solid grey roof. Works very well indeed. And look at that shine, it's like a mirror, really nice. So, that is it for this video. A quick tour around the car, loads more content coming on this, guaranteed, it's a must. Loads of how-tos, useful information. So if you're in the market for a Taycan or an EV in general, do subscribe, do get involved. Hope to make it as informative and as helpful as possible. That's one of the goals of the channel. And yeah, all that remains for me to do now is get this home without crashing it in a ball of fire. So fingers crossed we can do that all right.